for Duke. The referees have the players over the ball. There's the whistle. Push forward, face-off. Clamp was won, pushed forward by Jacksonville, but they can't get the ground ball, and it's picked up. And Duke is off to the races. They were before that hit. It's getting mugged at the midfield line. Intense, Matt?
Great start. Oh, that might go in. Just went wide. It was a big hit there off the face-off. A real scrap on the ground ball.
That's like Matt, when we talked about keys to the game, you had mentioned keeping Duke from runs and poise, winning the ground ball battle, all the things that are important in every game, but especially when it's David versus Goliath. What are you keeping your eye on if you're a JU supporter?
Well, I think the clearing game and the ground ball game, right? If you have the ball overhand, low and away.
So Duke takes a 2-0 lead, 8:17 remaining in the first quarter. Sunny, beautiful, warm day in Northeast Florida. Opportunity for Jacksonville. So that's a face-off win for Cap. Pressure from Duke.
Game with those two size and two strength lefties on this side. JU didn't play it perfectly, and it ended up with O'Neal with an easy read off the two-man game.
Cap initially picked up that ground ball off of his face-off, but check comes in. At what point do you settle the boys down and get one of these possessions on offense? There's a flag. That'll do it for them. You know, just looking, Jacksonville's a little helter-skelter.
A really good look at the cage, and they've got some work to do, but they're certainly scrapping, and that's what you hope for.
Back out at the face-off spot. Naso wins the draw, picks it up, and he's going to work it back to Adler.
For the Duke offense, it makes for an easy look on the backside for him.
4-1 is our score. Duke on top of Jacksonville. Dixon Smith comes in to put the ball on the ground after that Duke face-off win, but right back to Duke.
That's always challenging.
So 5-1 is our score. Duke on top of Jacksonville. Quick win for Naso.
A chance at getting it first, then it needs to happen. You've got to get the first time ground ball.
Big early win for Naso, and the Duke player hits the deck and the ball goes out of bounds, so a break for Jacksonville. Jeremy Winston has a cannon. He scored 5 goals on this field against Ohio State as a sophomore. He does somewhat get tentative, and it's nice to see him just let it go. Trust yourself, and we saw it there. He let the left-hander
keep battling and keep scrapping for the ground balls. They've got to do a better job on the offensive end, but you know, you look at Duke's stats on the year, they've been dominating teams in the second quarter, outscoring them 35-8 on the year. So
wow.
If JU can hang in this to the end of the quarter, we're going to have a great second half.
You'd like to see Jacksonville muck up that ground ball. They're double pulling the wings, but Naso makes it look easy. Back to Adler.
You have to make them use the perimeter. You can't allow the skip passes. You know, they're just too talented, too many great shooters, and like you said, they're going to bury that most times.
There's a win for Cap into the offense. Little double clutch. It looked like Garrity was going to pull the trigger. That screamed it. The pass went to the sound, and one pass later, you know, Yoquinto's pulling the ball out of the net, and it's 8-2. There's a win for Naso. JT Giles Harris controls.
Gets it there, right? A hockey assist, but Montgomery has, I think, a 12 assists on the year so far. It's really impressive. He reminds me of a young Joe Seibold from North Carolina back in the day, going to the Hall of Fame very soon.
Their backups would, I bet you their third line would start at probably 75% of the colleges.
A lot of programs. Yeah, they're just so deep, and a real simple 1-4-1 set, but
they're not done yet either.
When you have two guys on the inside like they had across to the backside, and
they've got 8 seconds. They called that timeout with 36 seconds left, and they've scored 2 goals since then.
Yeah, this Coach Danowski knows what he's doing. I don't know if you knew that, right?
Yeah, I knew that.
He's pretty good with the ball. I think that's probably going to be Coach Galloway's emphasis here. Take better care of it and get the team playing at their peak.
Naso and Cap on the face-off spot, picking up where he left off with a face-off win is Naso. Pressure on the ride from JU. Duke, and watching them here today, you have to decide, do you slide? How early do you slide? Who do you slide on? And there's no good answer. You've stepped away from coaching. How has the way you watched a game changed?
So much more enjoyable. I got to tell you, Ray. I,
But like things like that, are you breaking it down in your head as a coach, or
I
are you
mean,
just enjoying it as a former player and a fan?
I guess you're always going to. Offense took advantage quickly.
Cap gets to the initial draw, comes up with the ground ball. That's a risky pass. Asking him about a couple of players. Curtis Goddard out of the Hill Academy. Plays a little like Cam, trying to get underneath with that left hand. Those are big shoes to fill if he can ever get there.
Well,
but Cam had out today. Charter flight, 16-3 on top. Face-off win for Cap for Jacksonville. And they turn it over. So these are the possessions that are just.
So good defensive stand, ends in a really good goal for JU. They got to feel good about that.
New face-off man,
Very
Ginder.
Impressive shot from the backside wing, and just how coach draws up the offense there. He's got to feel good about that set.
So Ginder back out there. Jacksonville changing up their face-off group as well. There's Cap. Comes up with it for a moment.
That's going to be blue ball. That was really neat, and here he is now playing for JU, so you got to love it.
Win by Cap. Hits to the point man, Stagnita. Shot and a score. Back-to-back goals.
Great shot by Stags.
Take the face-off. Opportunity for Duke, but Young comes up with it. He's going to have a go. And there's our final